Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying our casting. Please tweet at us, send us a message in the chat, let us know how we're doing. Um, and yeah, looking forward to one or two more great games here between these two players. So, choosing
I guarantee at least one more.
choosing an early aggressive build in that last map, so we'll see what he does this time. In the bottom left, we have our green Terran player. His ID is
Synystyr.
And getting away with the early expansion against Terran aggressiveness that last game, we have in the top right our Protoss player wearing the red trunks. His ID is
Acela.
All right.
Yeah, that was just really close, that first battle. The second one, the Colossi, was just positioned perfectly for it, and he walked into it, got a few great hits with the Colossi, and I guess he should have pulled away there, waited for medevacs with stim and stuff like that, and maybe it wasn't wise to push out right away, to wait maybe a minute or two.
Well, the problem was, with the Colossus out, his composition became very weak because it was so marine heavy. And,
Right.
Marines just get eaten alive by Colossi. If he had a little bit more Marauders in the mix there, the Marauders can withstand can take a little pounding while they're doing damage. So it's something to think about here as the Terran is setting up for this game.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll think about it. I mean, he'll watch the VODs and he'll see that, and maybe he'll alter his TVP setup there. Based on what he sees.
Right, and it looks like he's going to go with aggression again here. We'll see if it's 2 racks again or maybe a 1-1-1. But taking gas, and if I were him, I think bringing Marauders out of that second barracks might make that early push do the damage it needs to do. They do have that bonus damage against the Stalkers, and they have the concussive shells to slow down any Zealots. So Marauders are a really powerful unit in the early game. And he's going to lose the... that's annoying. Lost the SCV.
You felt for the Terran.
Yeah.
You knew what it was like.
Yeah. Shrieks, what do you think? What's your thoughts on the matter?
I'm not sure. They're a game ahead. I kind of want to see something a little cheesy from Acela, because you can afford to do it. I wonder if we're going to see one with that probe right there. From Synystyr, I would like to see a little bit more straight up macro base. I feel like on that last game he rushed a lot of those attacks.
Oh, this is big. This probe was just able to see that second barracks, and that was a mistake on Synystyr's part to let that probe slip by that Marine. And because Acela is expanding right now, he knows that he needs to actually put up some sort of defense pretty quickly here with the 2-axe pressure coming on.
Yeah, but it's difficult to do as a Protoss with the Nexus already down.
And pretty much the same build here coming out of Synystyr. No,
adding on the Robo, let's see, what's he building? Yeah, it is the same build. We'll see what he builds out of this second barracks. The building order for the 2-racks, I guess he really likes this +1 rather than Marauders, but...
It looks pretty similar to what he had before.
It's exactly the same. He says, this is my build against Protoss, this is the best I can do, I'm going to trust what I practiced, and go for it.
He's found himself at, okay, he just unsupplied locked himself, okay. And he's going Marine heavy again, no Marauder out of the Tech Lab barracks. Mm-hmm. And only a 3-gate Robo, I guess, coming out of the Protoss.
Yeah. And wisely, the Protoss not moving any of his probes down to the natural this time. That's going to be a key here for this defense, because the Terran, if the Protoss has any sentries at the top of the ramp, is going to have a really hard time doing much damage here, because there are so few probes down here.
Well, he's going to see it coming. He's got the Zelnaga that's close to him. Mm-hmm. He's got 2 sentries building up energy for the force field. for the ramp if he needs to protect that as main. Immortal out. So this was an earlier Robo, earlier Immortal.
Yeah, which I don't know if I agree with that actually. Synystyr.
It's gonna be hard against that many Marines.
Yeah.
It's not gonna really work very well. He's gonna want a more.
Yeah. In fact, this army composition that he has is actually
it's
very
horrible against
straight up
Marines.
countered by Marines only.
Marines, exactly. So he's going to need to put some zealots in that composition, or
yeah, he needs a few zealots and a few stalkers. He just does. Nothing else to say about it except for that. He needs them.
Yeah, he needs zealots right now.
The Terran wisely choosing the slightly longer path, but the one that's going to allow him to take by surprise a little bit. Force fields.
Actually, it was good because he spends a lot of time hitting all the other units, letting the Immortals stay alive for so long, and he holds it. And I think what was key there is he didn't target down the Immortals because he was going for all the other units, and that allowed the Immortals, which are high damage dealing units, to kill those Marines without worrying about getting swarmed.
Yeah, and now the Terran's in a lot of trouble. He needs to throw down bunkers immediately.
Yeah.
He needs to throw down bunkers during that battle, probably.
Right.
Because this is not enough Marines to hold off this 2 Immortal bus that's coming.
Yeah.
Well, unless
he needs to be careful, though. He's going to find himself getting these sentries killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to be a little more cautious than that.
Right. I think a forward pylon, warp in 3 more zealots, and then move out after those 3 zealots come in.
And the Terran lets him up the ramp, and gets a few.
Okay, he's just picking him off a little bit at a time. He's got a forward pylon.
Well, he has this warp prism also coming, which is
and he's got a warp prism. He might decide to drop the main.
That's exactly what he's going to do.
So that's a very good shaker.
Yeah. And this kind of multi-pronged aggression is really what's going to end it for the Terran.
Right. Yeah. Either way, here the Terran's going to lose 8 SCVs. There's no question about it.
And, nice decision on the planetary, though. That's going to be trouble. He's not going to want to walk past that, actually.
Oh, the planetary finished, yeah. That is quite a good decision.
A little crafty decision, very smart by the Terran player. This planetary
is going to try to take it down, and with the 2...
But I think with the force fields, he's going to be able to do it.
Yes. With the Immortals, he does have it, and that's big. He's got to be careful here on the retreat not to lose too many units, but it's big that he took that down.
Yeah, well,
are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, don't do anything. I still hear you on Skype.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Well, that goes down, obviously.
Okay. Now, does he have Cloak available or no?
No.
So yeah, this game is fairly over, I think.
Yeah, with that planetary falling.
There's still a forward pylon. He's got 2 bases saturated with a 3rd base coming up, and more gateways coming up. It's over.
Yeah, Synystyr going to hang on here, but
he's going for some sort of weird, I guess, all in on a Banshees, like a Banshee all in.
Well, he thinks that Acela is going to push up the ramp, right? That's why all these SCVs are here.
Right.
And he knows that there's way too many.
Well, he doesn't need those SCVs doing anything else anyway, saturated man.
Yeah, so he is going to walk down the ramp now, I think, with a few Marines and Cloak. Or just the Marines, perhaps?
Yeah, this is, I mean, the Cloak isn't going to do much. There's cannons being built in the...
Right, well, I don't think it's going to be aggressive.
Observer.
I think it's a defensive Cloaked Banshee.
Okay.
Because there, for a long time, wasn't an observer at the front.
Well, it's only going to last them so long because there's an observer coming, and it's just a large amount of macros being built up here now by Acela.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter.
He's got 6 gates. He could easily expand that to 8 or 9 gates right now, maybe 10 gates, and just finish this off. I mean, he's on 3 base saturated. You could go 10 gate very easily right here and finish this off.
That's a lot of Banshees.
There's a lot of Banshees. Where is the Observer?
No Observer.
I thought he had an Observer with the Army.
Not with the Army. He had an Observer near the Army earlier, but he stuck
that's
it.
a big mistake on Acela's
It's
part.
at his natural. Looks like he has cannons, but no Observers. Now this is kind of a mistake by Synystyr, opting to not continue doing damage to that army, because eventually an Observer is going to come up and these Banshees will be basically useless.
Yeah, well, I guess he didn't want that to happen, and he was a bunch of Banshees before he could realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's planning on some sort of counter with these Banshees, but it's not going to matter, because even if he took down this whole expansion, Acela's got a whole third up. I mean, it's just, it's over.
Yeah.
But that was a slight mistake on Acela's part to not keep that Observer with the army.
And going up with the planetary again, we'll see.
Even more DPS now available to Acela.
Yeah. And
3 Immortals.
now he has the Observer with that army, which means goodbye.
And great force fields preventing the repair.
No repairs,
And
all these
that's
SCVs
the game.
die. A nice Stalker heavy army is going to clean up these guys no problem. Although, did he snipe? He sniped the Observer.
He sniped, yeah, he had the Raven for the snipe.
Yeah, Raven Viking there. Nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, another Observer now, so that's the end of that.
Yeah.
So nice, smart play to stay alive, but
Fourth base going up for Acela.
unfortunately not nearly enough to save him.
Yeah. And finally going more gateways. I think that was a little slow. He could have definitely gone more gates a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Anyway, this game is over. A good play by Acela.
Yep.
Anything different you think the Terran should have done there with that 2 racks? I mean,
if he had been able to,
if he targeted down the Immortals, I think
he might have.
Yeah, he got bogged down in the other stuff, and the stuff that does damage to him had full range.
Yeah,
so the things that are most vulnerable and most aggressive against Marines are Sentries and Immortals. They're the ones that can do a lot of damage and yet are very bad against defending against Marines, and yet those are the ones that he wasn't attacking. He was attacking the Zealot and the Stalker, which is what takes a reasonable amount of time to kill compared to the amount of damage they deal to a Marine. So, just a bad micro decision there.
Templar here to feed back some of these Banshees.
Yeah.
Well,
that's just insult to injury. I mean, it's over.
And GG. All right. So congratulations to Acela, showing us his true dominance in the TVP mashup there. That was an impressive couple of games. He had a couple of great holds and just tore the Terran player apart, man. So congratulations to Acela and Synystyr for making it this far, as well as thank you to all of our players.